Hello and welcome to tonight's League All About It show, brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Loud and Monaghan. Okay, we have a couple of big announcements to make. We have a couple of relegations sealed and a champion dealt out tonight. Congratulations to the Glen Emmets. They are 3A champions for the first time. A team has done it twice in a row. But compare after last year, but fair play to them. They had a massive win tonight. Absolutely massive win, made absolute certain of their victory. And then at the other end, I'll get straight into it. When we talk about relegation, we have two teams relegated tonight. We have the Westerns, they're gone from 3A. They'll be playing 3B next season. Nave Finn Barrett, they will be playing Division 3A next season for certain. And for one thing for certain is the Oliver Plunkets will be in the playoff game, the bottom of Division 2, playing the second place in Division 3A. And tonight that can be confirmed as Lanlear. They've booked themselves into that playoff spot. With dead rubbers at the end, maybe they could play each other next Saturday night. You know, maybe just to get it over before the championship settle that tie, because the Plunkets now play Nathan Barrett in a meaningless tie at the end. But no, congratulations to Glen Emmets. Well done to Lanlear for getting that spot. That was a fair race to get second place ahead of Glide and ahead of the Pierce. That was a close game. Before we go into too much details, I'll do the usual. I will talk about the results, give you the details to them. Then we'll talk about performance of the night and overall scheme of things. There was only there was 9 games on tonight across the three divisions. So there's a lot of games on Tuesday, a lot of Division 1 games on Tuesday. I'm going to be talking about them. I will have a live show again on Tuesday night. But looking at it, looking at the wins tonight, the Mocktas beat Mattock in Division 1, 119 to 3-9. Talk about the goal scorers in that game. That was a hell of a game for the neutral. And then in Division 1B, or bottom 6 as I'll call it, the Geraldines beat the Dreadnoughts 3-11 to 2-13 by 1 point win there. Hell of a win for the Geraldines, and another hell of a game for the neutral. Maybe one of the reasons why this is a great kind of reason or advocate for this split season, that these games mean a lot, especially in the bottom 6s. Very competitive action across the board. No real dead rubbers. And then in terms of promotion for Division 2, no dead rubbers at all, really, because you have more or less now a 4-horse race. And Hunterstown have climbed into second place with a 2-14 to 10-point win over Roach Emmets. So that was, I'll talk about the goal scorers in that. Haven't got the Roach scorers yet. If you have them, send them in. Then the Clans, they were beaten. I have it 1-8 to 9 points beaten by the Plunkets, and then they have it 1-9 to 9. But anyway, the Plunkets won, and I'll tell you got that decisive goal shortly. The Joes, 222 to O'Connell's 2-7, 15-point winners over their neighbours. I'll talk about the goal scorers there and the tail of that match, because it was it wasn't what it led to believe what you thought it was going to be. And then Kilkerley 116 to Finbars 1-9, relegated Finbars, and they had a chance tonight, and I'll talk about that too. I'll talk about how that could have went another way, perhaps. Lanlear 12 points, Glide 1-8. Waiting on the Glide goal scorer if anyone has it, and the score from Lanlear. I did get that score on the whistle, but I'm just waiting for an actual scoring list. Presumably Colin Murphy maybe might have had a hand in a couple of scores there. That's a big 1 point win. Glen Emmets 5-16. The Piercy have all 5 goal scorers for Glen Emmets. They made light work in the Piercy in the first half, got the business done. The Malachies 119 to 10-point winners over the Westies. They are another team who are confirmed now in that relegation playoff spot for a place in 3A against the second from top 3B. We won't know that until next Saturday night, where I'll have another League All About It show brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Loud and Monaghan. Windows, gutters, walls, roofs, patios, and a very satisfying look at drivers on their Facebook page as well, before and after. So I'm going to go back to usual now. Running order is Straight to Malloch Rangers and their loss to the Mockters at home in Loud Village. The Mockters going quite well early doors, 6 points to no score up. Malloch took 18 minutes before Malloch registered their first score. Decky Bourne and Casey getting a lot of the scores early doors. Jamie Farrell chipped in. He would chip in later on in the game as well. Half time, 8-6-2 the Mockters. Malloch pulled back a lot of scores, got right back into the game. And then 2 goals in 2 minutes by Liam Flynn had Malloch flying at that stage. Then Casey gets it back. Then it looked like they're going to get back into it. And then Malloch had a 3rd goal. Liam Flynn gets his hat-trick, completes his hat-trick after Casey put them 2 ahead. Then Craig Lennon got a couple of points in between that. Then a penalty just at the very death from Jamie Farrell sealed the win, 116-39, and then the tagged on. Suppose he got 6 points, unanswered points to start and finish the game there. So the Mockters going quite nicely, kind of just off the top 3 as it stands. Maybe the league table doesn't really lie. And then in the Geraldines Dreadnoughts game, another really topsy-turvy game in the bottom. And this puts an awful lot of pressure on the Dreadnoughts now. But it kind of puts a lot of pressure on the Mahonys and the Cooley game on Tuesday night. You know, Cooley are with the Dreadnoughts losing tonight. Actually, I'll talk about that later on. I'll talk about the tables at the very end. The main nuggets of that game is 2-6-5. The Geraldines led the Dreadnoughts. Shane Rogers got a late goal in that half, and then Beanon Corrigan got a goal in the 23rd minute. So 2 goals in the last 10 minutes in the first half. Had the Geraldines leading fairly handily. John McCrone got a point as well. Then the comeback came on right before half time. Shane O'Hanlon had a chance at the crossbar, post came back there, and Dara Shevlin went the other end and buried it in the net. Couple of quick points on top of that. Then Peter Caron gets another goal. Then they're leading by 4 points, the Dreadnoughts. And then Garrett Nisi, he comes back and gets a goal, pulls it back to put them back in contention. And then it was nip and tuck for the end. Beanon Corrigan leveled, Shane O'Hanlon leveled, Clotter fought back, and then Garrett Nisi pops up with a late point as well, 1-1. So he gives them a massive sigh of relief. That is the Geraldines safe in Division 1 for 2023. Yes, that's a nice relief to have coming into the championship as well. 1 game to go. Well, Hunterstown in Division 2 have really ramped it up as well. They are sitting in 2nd place, but Ryan Burns got the goal. He finished at 1-4. They were leading 1-8-4 at half time. Disappointing performance from Roach, missing a few, but still they would have thought they would have competed a little bit better there. And then they did in the second half. They hit 6 points. But James Rogers got a goal for Hunterstown. And he finished with 1-1. Brendan Lennon finished with a couple of points as well. So, yeah, a really good win for Hunterstown. They go 2nd in the table. They jump from 4th to 2nd, piling the pressure on those other teams in that. I'll talk about the Saturday to come in that as well. Bottom of Division 2. All 3 of these games were on tonight. Maybe they were supposed to be on because they were it's such an important games in there. The Clans led 4-3 at half time. I think the defining point of the half was by cruiser Paul Crew. He kind of got the point either side of Robbie Cornan and Jason Cullen as well. He got a couple of scores. Stephen Keeley was keeping the Plunkets in the game in the first half. Then he gets a goal to start the second half, and then the Plunkets, with survival in the midst, don't want to have it down to the last day where they can go down automatically against a dogfight against the Finbars. Got ahead, stayed ahead, and kept it that way. They won 8 to 9 points. So I have 2 points win. Maybe that might be 3 points. Not fully sure. This is such a funny game when the results were coming in. I know they trailed by a point at half time. Sorry, 2 points at half time. The Joes led 8-3 at half time. 8-1-3. Conor Culligan getting the goal for the O'Connells, and then Keane Doyle getting a quick goal straight after that to level the game. But then the Joes just completely took over to win by 15 points in the end. 2 goals midway through the half from Alan McKenna and Oren McParland as well. So some shooting, some scoring. 222 is a fine tally as well. And they're getting their act together ahead of the championship as well, the Joes. Kilkerley Emmets 116, the Finbars 1-9. Finbars, look, they were right in that game. They had a missed penalty saved by Ulta McEnany at the very butt end of half time as Kilkerley led 8-6. Fionn Komsky and Ty McEnany with 3 points each. And then just Ty took over the second half. He got a late goal, and Michael Ricardo got a late goal as well. In consolation for the Finbars, unfortunately. Too little, too late. Didn't get the win as the Plunkets got the third win of the season, and that secures them a playoff spot. With Dunleer, who beat the Glide by a point, 1-8 to 12. That was tight all the way. It was a draw at half time, 1-4 to 7. But I suppose you had 5-4 in the second half to Dunleer. That proved to be the difference down the stretch. Still waiting on the scores. If you haven't sent them in, if you have the Glide's goal scorer, I'll guess it was Alan Kirk for Glide, but I could be wrong. Glen Emmett doing out and did the business. Keelan O'Neill got right out of the blocks with an early goal. He got a late goal in that first half as well. It led 3-8 to 4 points. Damien Grimes, he's holding on to that full forward spot. Named the Division 3A team. He got 1-2 in that first half. That was a dominant half. Like, it was always awkward having the Pearshie Blackrock because they're not bad. They're not a bad side. Took care of business. Evan English gets a goal in the second half. And then Jarmer Cullen, one of the 5 minors that have joined up from last season, he gets a goal. I think that's probably his first start or first kind of piece of action. But yeah, great win for Glen Emmett. And they sealed the win at home as well. So it's nice to have those celebrations in Cusick Park. Rest up now ahead of the championship as well and get themselves rightly rammed up for a clash with Cooley and the Plunkets as well. The Mals beat the Westerns. The Westerns tried very hard. 119 to 10 points. Got a couple of players back during the holidays. And then Keelan Conlon got the goal for the Malachis. Shane Rogers got 9 points. He got his foot straight and he was banging them over. 6 frees, 9 and 3 from play. I think it's the Mal's first clean sheet in a long time. Right, implications on the table. Cooley have a chance there on Tuesday, and the Mahonys have a chance to get kind of safe. No, they won't get. No, they will get safe with a win. They will secure safety with a win. The Feckins can get safe as well if they beat the Pats. The Pats who are already safe. Geraldines are now safe. Dreadnoughts is down there in 10 points. They're still floating in between that automatic and straight relegation spot. So that was a strong Dreadnoughts team tonight, looking at it. But they will play the Sean Matleys in the last game next Saturday, and I'll have all the updates on that as well. In Division 2, the Kevins and the Rallies, that's going to be a big game on Tuesday night. That'll be worth tuning in to see how that went. To see how that goes on Tuesday on the LeagueAllAboutIt show, because of the action that's going to be, like, whoever wins that game and then they face each other in the championship as well. Don't forget Champ Pods. I'm going to have an announcement tomorrow's podcast about that. The Kevins and the Rallies play off, but where it stands now, Hunterstown with that win, squeeze in between those two teams and can get that playoff spot. If they win the last game, they play the Kevins in the last day. Kevins might be already qualified or up at that point, 27. But yeah, they will be already up if they beat the Rallies during the week. And that'll be a good game. There might be a dogfight just yet in that. The Gales are there as well with 21 points. They play Roach. Then the Rallies have the Irelanders the last game as well. And then let's talk about 3A. We mentioned Glen Emmett's just got ahead of Lanier. Lanier ran out of time. They are secure. They're worthy champions, led from the front the whole way. Malachis in that playoff spot. That won't be decided. We're still waiting on that. Tone Stabanan kind of duel next Saturday as well. And the Westerns are down to 3B. That's everything. I'm going to allow the senior hurling finals on tomorrow. If you haven't already listened or tuned in, Darrell Hanrahan and Stephen Yore, we went through it. Where the sides are going to be, where the game's going to be won, where the sides' weaknesses are for the Feckins and Knockbridge. Going to be a really good final tomorrow in Dunleer. It's just the start of the championship season. Champ Pods are being recorded at the ready. Everything's been ready to go. And let me see now. What? Hang on, I have a late. Do I have scores? No, I have no, don't have scores yet. But yeah, so loads happening tomorrow. It's gonna be a really, really good game in Dunleer between the Term and Feckin men against Knockbridge, reigning champions Term and Feckin. That's gonna be a really good battle. well previewed during the week, and then it just gets us warmed up ahead of the championship 2 weeks' time. I'll be back on Tuesday night in League All About It show, brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, and for next Saturday, when the whole thing will be more or less wrapped up and the final game. And then I presume, and I more or less, there's no way physically possible that the league finals and the league playoffs will be played. They'll be played after the championship as well. So thanks very much for tuning in to Loud and Proud League All About It show. Talk to you Tuesday night. Bye bye. Good luck and thanks. And best in both teams tomorrow in the hurling final. Good luck.